Recording in progress. Okay, great. That should work out perfect. Should be able to get started now. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and dive right in. We are at the top of a four-part series, a four-part home buying webinar series. Today, our plan is to go over the market stats. Then we're going to hear from Angela Harrison, who's with Pilar Mortgage Company. She's a mortgage loan officer. She's going to give us a breakdown of the home loan process. Then for the second half of the webinar, I'm going to give you 10 steps to buying a home before opening the floor for Q&A. With that being said, let's move right along to our market stats. What you're looking at here are the market stats for the last 4 months. We're looking at January through April. When May is complete, then market stats for the month of May will be available. What is important to note, I study 4 metrics: days on market, the amount of time it takes for a home when it goes on the market before it closes, the average sales price, the number of homes sold in a month, and the number of new listings that come to market in a month. What's important to note about these figures is that the days on market in January was at 71 days, and the days on market in April is at 63 days. Days on market is decreasing. These, I'm not sure if I mentioned earlier, but these stats are for the Orange County area. I'm located in Central Florida. I service Central Florida and the surrounding areas. So these market stats are for Orange County. And so, like I said, the days on market in January were at 71, and the days on market in April are at 63 days. So the days on market is going down. That means that homes are selling faster. What you should also note is that in January, the number of homes sold was at 820, while in April, the number of homes sold was at 1,176. For the months in between, it has been steadily increasing. We see this same trend with the number of new listings coming on the market. What this means for you: if you take a look also at the average sales price, you'll see the average sales price between January was at $546,000, and then in April it's right around the same number, whereas the months in between it fluctuated quite a bit. What this means for you as a buyer, with more homes being sold and more homes coming on the market, that there are more homes for you to more homes for you to choose from. The market has already shifted. We have been moving towards a buyer market for a long time now, and these numbers sort of reflect that. There are more homes for you to choose from. However, the well-priced homes are selling faster. So as a buyer, there's opportunity for you to capitalize on those good deals, but you need to be well prepared. In order to be well prepared, you should definitely get your pre-approval so that you can make a move as soon as you find that right deal, and then we can negotiate the right price and terms. And so with that, I would like to again introduce my co-host, Miss Angela Harrison. She's with Pilar Mortgage, and she's going to tell us about the home loan process and how you can get funding and financing for your dream home. Good morning,
Yes.
Angela. How you doing
Morning.
today?
I am wonderful. How about yourself?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm ready to learn.
Okay. All right. Well, let me share. Okay. Let me go to. You have to forgive me, a little old schooler to a degree.
That's all right. You got the knowledge. You got the wisdom. So we're ready.
All right. So as let me go up one moment. Oh boy. Don't want to start there. Sorry.
You're fine.
All right. One moment. Okay. Boy, this is not. I'm not sure why it's not moving. You can't see my screen though, correct?
I can see your screen. Yes, ma'am. I don't know if you're
Okay.
using the up and down arrows to move through the slides.
Yeah, that's what I am. It's like it's frozen on my end.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Oh boy.
I don't
Okay.
know how to unfreeze it. Let's see.
Let's see. Sorry. Um, Let me stop sharing and let me redo it again.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so let's go here, go here. Okay, all right. Maybe this is what I'm.
It's gonna work out.
Yes, it will. Working out there, right?
Make sure I stop sharing on my end. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right. Let me see now. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, let me go back to where I was at. And we are going to get this going. Now,
That is definitely your screen.
okay.
Maybe you can hit the slideshow button at the top.
Where it right here? Let's see.
Let's see.
Oh my. Why is it not sharing?
That's a little weird.
Oh gosh.
Why would it be frozen?
I don't know.
When your camera's
Oh,
on, like I can see you when your camera's on, so that's
like
not it.
it's not it. I'm not sure why.
When you hit the, oh, you know what? When you hit the share screen button, are you sharing your entire screen?
Yes, I am. Okay.
Share entire screen?
Oh, share entire screen.
I
Okay.
will try that.
All right. Let's try that and see. And this is what it brings up
Okay, so then just go to your next tab and try that, the presentation tab where the presentation is. No, at the top.
at the top.
Where my name is. Where it says M. That's where your presentation is, right?
Yes. Oh,
Okay, click that.
okay.
There we
Thank
go.
you.
All right, problem solving in action. We love
Get this
to
good thing going.
see.
All right. Thank you so much for you all patience. I don't know what happened with that. But again, my name is Angela Campbell Harrison. I bring over 25 years of experience in the mortgage industry, having facilitated and funded over 1 billion in real estate transactions throughout my career. I began my journey as a loan processor, advanced into underwriting. Now I serve as the senior broker for Pillow Mortgage Company. We are currently located in Florida and in Georgia, and we have the ability to process investment properties in over 40 states, and we are actively expanding into different other states such as Alabama, Mississippi, North Carolina, just to name a few. We also, I just want to put this out there, are looking for some loan officers or mortgage loan professional who actually want to expand their horizon in the mortgage financing industry. It is very lucrative. This is something, and also if you want to give back or serve, this is a great opportunity for you to dive in. My information will be at the end. Our mission is to, and footprint is rooted in wealth building, particularly in the Black and Brown communities, by providing non-traditional education on building integrational wealth and establishing strong and real estate portfolio. And again, we are truly honored to be on this platform of Savvy Shopper with Ms. Menese. Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to with you. So with that being said, I want to just go ahead and just dive in to the my presentation this morning. What you need to know about the home ownership process. I was asked to some bullet points to go over: buyer qualifications, loan options, out-of-pocket expense for borrowers or for buyers, down payment assistance, and also the NACA program. Before we get started into that, I'd like to give some stats myself in real estate and also from renting to owning. So currently, as of right now, there has been over $25,620 spent every year in the ages between 22 and 35. This is how much they spend every year on rent. Over the lifetime, if you continue to rent, over the lifetime of your over the lifetime, you will have spent over $400,000. Guess what? Florida is the highest in the country. Also, here is some renting versus home ownership stats. So what this is going to entail, what you're currently renting, the average, what I, in my research, I did an average in the Hillsborough County area. The average of renting is around about $1,700. So a mortgage term is how many years you're going to have that mortgage. So we're going to have a 30-year term. So on that $1,700, if you're renting, you're paying $1,700, you have paid out $612,000, and you are getting no return, no equity built, no ownership. You are actually just paying your landlord mortgage. Now, if you flip that into the home ownership, that same amount, $1,700, which included your monthly payment, property taxes and insurance, you have gained $612,000 in ownership and wealth growing, as well as an opportunity for stability, for one, as well as the you can build your real estate portfolio off this $612,000 worth of equity that you have built in your home, which could potentially give you long-term wealth as well as financial freedom. So before we even start getting into what it takes to, like, your credit, your savings, your budgeting, all that does, it is a component part, but the core of it is your mindset. You have to have their mind in line in order for you to make this a successful journey for you. A lot of us go off of impulse because their friends have done it, or because of mama, dad, or whoever is forcing them to do it. But first step first is start with the mind. Why start there is because it's a lot of mental stress that has to be prepared to become from converting from a renter into a homeowner. So when you're not really actually in that compatible state of what to expect, now you are in that mindset of like, okay, I don't know what to do at this point. So we do offer what we call the real estate home ownership action plan that can help you build up to that homeowner journey. So if you decide to, when you are ready, now you go to a different lender or a mortgage broker, or even come back to myself and say, hey, now I'm ready because I have steps now to understand what's going to happen, what to expect, and I have my money ready, my credit ready, let's go. You will now, this process for you and for all of us really will be a smooth process at the end. So the first pillar I would like to talk about is the step of getting pre-approved. There are 3 steps or 3 pre-approval qualifications. First is the pre-approval qualification. Then you have your pre-approval. Then you have your conditional approval. I'm gonna break down the difference in the 3. The first one, the pre-qualification, is your initial review or a verbal review when you call your bank or when you go online and just complete a loan application. You're going to ask for certain information that you just plugging in or providing you. It's going to print out that pre-approval or pre-qualification letter. That pre-qualification letter is not a guarantee that you are pre-approved for the amount of home that it is generated for you. However, the pre-approval, it will provide you that information. Why it will provide you that information? It will provide you that information because now we're asking for your W-2s. If you're a W-2 employee, if you're self-employed, we're going to need your tax returns for the past 2 years. Now we're going to ask for your bank statement, 1 or 2 months, depending on the institution that you go to. And then finally, we're going to pull your credit, of course. Or we can do either a hard pull or a soft pull on that credit. Once we provide you that, once we receive that information from you, now we analyze it. It goes over into a junior underwriter, or even that loan mortgage professional can actually qualify you based on your terms. And then now they can give you that pre-approval letter. That pre-approval letter is what Manisse will need in order for her to know how much house that you approved for, and she know that it's pretty much a solid approval. So now she can understand what you are qualified for, and one, get that correct, match you up with the correct seller. Now she's able to negotiate and say, hey, with this pre-approval, we can get to the closing table within 30 days. Now, once you get to that pre-approval, get to that 30-day, when you sign that contract with the seller, comes back to us, it still have to go through subject to underwriting review, and that's when the conditional approval comes into play. Once you receive that, your sales contract, it goes into the pre-conditional phase at that particular time. Now it's actually analyzing everything that what we stated on that pre-approval is correct.
Okay.
Okay. Then also as well, it's going to give us some additional conditions that it need in order for you to get to the closing table. So once we can clear those conditions that is needed, now you're at the closing table, that's when you get your keys.
Mm-hmm.
The ultimate goal is to have or get to that conditional approval letter. Now, the second pillar is understanding the different loan options and for the first-time home buyers. There are 4 different types of mortgage programs out there. First one is your conventional loan. Then you have your FHA, you have your VA, and your USDA. I did add a couple of loan options in here for you, but we're going to talk about that just a few moments. So the conventional, you have about 3 different types of down payment that you can qualify for. First one is a 3%. There's your Home Ready Home Possible program. Now you have your 5%, and then you have up to that 20%, depending on what you want to do and how much you want to bring to closing. Now you have your FHA. FHA, everybody qualifies for FHA. FHA, your minimum FICO scoring that you need is a 580 versus with the conventional and the USDA is 620. So if you have that mid FICO scoring at 580, guess what? You are now eligible to become a homeowner up under the FHA program. It is a 3.5%. That's standard across the board, 3.5% down payment. Plus you are responsible for closing costs. We'll talk about that in just a few moments. So, but just keep that in mind. FHA is 3.5%. Mid FICO scoring is a 580. Actually, let me back up. You can actually have a 500 FICO scoring to qualify for FHA. You just have to bring a little bit more money down, which is 10%, but you can still qualify up under the FHA program. Of course, with the VA stands for Veteran Administrations, and that is only catered to the veterans community. I am a veteran myself, so I am very accoladed in and also helping our veterans. But you also do have other lenders and brokers that will be able to assist you with VA. Mid FICO scoring again is 580 to qualify as well. No money down. So that's 100% financing. When you say 100% financing, that does not mean that you don't have closing costs as well. What that means is that your down payment, you don't have to bring no down payment to closing or down payment for that particular property, but you are still responsible for your closing costs. Again, no down payment, but you are still responsible for the closing costs. A lot of us get that kind of confused in referencing to that. As well as the USDA, something similar program, no money down. It is 100% financing or 0% down, but you are still responsible for your closing costs. However, one contingent is to that, you have to live in the rural area. So if you want to purchase a home in the rural area, USDA is an option for you with no money down. Now, a lot of people sleep on these next couple of because maybe they don't know about it or they just never heard of house hacking. What is house hacking? House hacking meaning you can purchase up to one 1 to 4 units, and you live in one unit and allow your second unit or third unit or fourth unit pay for your mortgage. So not only is paying for your mortgage, you can also make money off of that. So that is something that is offered up under each of these, under the FHA and the conventional program, and also the VA program as well. So those are something that you can actually look into. If you can't buy your dream home now, this is a way you can actually start saving money to build up to your dream home. And then you have your rehab loan. Rehab loan is your 203K. Conventional have a conventional rehabilitation loan or loan option for you. Even VA have a rehabilitation loan for you. What that means if you find a potential home, may not be the prettiest home, may not be the best looking home, and the investor or the bank, they just want to, or even the owner, they just want to try to get rid of it, right? So they sell it at the low, as it's an as-is property with repairs. So with this loan, it can actually, you can purchase this home and also give you funding to repair the home to your liking. So if you get into this home repaired to your liking, it can be rolled into your loan amount, so that can minimize the out-of-expense pocket for you. A lot of folks don't understand that process, but last year, just a quick side note, last year I had a workshop. I projected had an example of one particular property. It was worth, they were selling it for $74,900. And I recently had a first-time home buying workshop in April. That same home, that either that investor or they got a 401k, a 203k loan or whatever, it quadrupled the amount of equity into the home. So it was now worth almost $270,000 as of today. So from $74,900 to $270,000, less than 6 months. That is a great investment. I mean, do you agree with that, Vanessa? Come on.
Yes, I agree.
So don't sleep on those type of loan options that is out there for you. So when you're out there looking for a home with Vanessa or any other realtor, and if you see that house that may have some repairs that need to be done, do not pass it by. Get the what they call repair after value of it, how much it will be if I fix it up. That can either be a good investment for you at that particular time. Also, the third pillar is understanding the upfront cost. So I receive a lot of my clients saying to me that they don't have no money saved, don't have no money. Well, my response back to them, you're going to need some upfront. You got upfront fees and you're going to need some money upfront. So we're going to need to start saving. This is the estimated amount that you need to start saving for and why you need to start saving for that. First is the earnest money deposit. And what is the earnest money deposit? It's a good faith deposit that you have with the seller. So when you're out house hunting, with the pre-approval letter, they're going to ask for a good faith earnest money deposit. Excuse me. Now, earnest money deposit can minimally start at about $1,000. So we're just going to have $1,000 there. It can increase depending on the property, depending on the seller and the negotiation. And then Vanessa, she will actually walk you through that steps and how that works. So minimum $1,000. Also, you have your credit report fee. Some lenders charge upfront a minimum of $180. Others may roll it into your closing costs. So if you are paying for that up front, guess what? That will be a credit towards your closing costs at the end. You have your appraisal. Your appraisal can go up to $650. So that is an upfront fee. We can't get around that. You may have a lender that might front it for you, but it is a minimum of a $650 max, I should say, for residents is $650. That $650 is applied back to your closing costs at the end. So it is a reduction towards your closing costs. And then the final thing is a home inspection. Minimum home inspection in Florida is around $450. Home inspection is actually, it's a full totality, giving you a full RAM of the home, making sure that the seller is being open and honest. If not, this report will advise you of what repairs and everything that need to be done. That's when you go back, you can do some negotiation at this time. So those are some, so those are some upfront fees, estimated about $2,300 you will need out of pocket. So make sure you have that savings, a minimum of that $2,300 out of pocket up front. I did give an example of like, this is a conventional program that can give you some numbers so you can actually see. I am a visual person, so if I'm hearing what you're saying, but I need to see the numbers as well. So say, for instance, $200,000. I know $200,000 is not a lot of money, but not a lot of house, but I want to provide that information just for the simple terms and to just explain this process of what it is as far as when you actually get approved for a home. So how we make a determination on how much you need for a home on that $200,000. If you qualify for that 3% down payment, is $6,000. So that $6,000 is off of the purchase price. $6,000 from the purchase price, and now you have your loan amount, which is the closing cost that will comes into effect. What the closing cost entails. It entails the lender fees. Now you have your title fees, as well as you have your escrow balance. So all that is incorporated into the closing cost. So that is two separate fees or two separate amount of money that you would need for closing. So in this example here, the estimated closing cost is around $13. And as I was looking through that, missing the escrow balance. So we just want to add on a couple of $1,000s for the escrow balance. What is the escrow balance? Escrow balance is your property taxes and your insurance. The lender will add that a certain amount into this account for you. So when it comes due, you don't have to actually come out of pocket for that. So just keep in mind that is, you are going to have your down payment and also your closing costs at the end, estimated around, on this particular example here, around about that $13,000 to $15,000 that you would need out of pocket. Well, you say, well, we do have the down payment, but we just don't have the closing costs. Well, I got help for you in regarding that. What I mean by that, well, there are some down payment assistance that is out there. There are down payment assistance that are out there, but I want to say this. Not everybody qualify for down payment assistance, even if you are a first-time home buyer. What you mean? Well, the truth is that down payment assistance is for low income or moderate household. Also, depending on the amount of money that you make per year. So it is per county. You have to make sure you qualify in that, not the income and family size as well. So you have to go to that county and see the amount that you can qualify for if you qualify for down payment assistance. So keep that in mind. Not everybody qualify for down payment assistance, even though you're a first-time home buyer. Now, there are three different types of down payment assistance. There are your grants, then you have your forgivable, and you have your repayable. So please keep in mind when you're talking with your lender or mortgage professional, make sure you understand which one is for you. There is a different grant. You do not have to pay it back. Also, you have your forgivable. It's certain terms that you are required to have that down payment assistance or those fundings for, and repay, and then it's forgivable after 10 years in most cases, depending on the down payment assistance program. Then you have your repayment program. Or repayment down payment is included into the amount that you're borrowing or receiving for that down payment. Down payment is rolled into your monthly payment. So that meaning that you don't have to pay extra, but your monthly payment will increase higher each month up to 10 years or whatever the terms are. And after that, then your mortgage will roll back into a regular amortized mortgage payment at that particular time. Also, there is credit requirements. So most do start at a 600, well, 620. I have seen 620. I have seen some that's 600. But again, depending on your county, your state, where the FICO scoring is required to for you can know that you are qualified for that particular mortgage. For Orange County, because I know Ms. Manesse, they do have a program out there now up to $70,000. They have one up to $70,000. They have one up to $10,000. How do I get this information? First bullet point, Google it. Whatever county that you're in, Google down payment assistance for my county. It's going to roll. Going to see a lot of down payment assistance program out there. You do have your hometown heroes. You have, even if you are on Section 8, they have a program for you that can actually help you out. So just if you are, contact your caseworker in regarding that. You can do gift funds. Gift funds is when someone you either related to or even the friends now, they haven't opened that up, that you can actually, they can give you that money to help out with down payment assistance. Also, you can borrow from your 401k, your 403b without penalty in most cases. But again, that depends on the terms and of your company has set up with that particular investor. Also, some employers do offer down payment assistance. So check with your employers. Don't sleep on that. So a lot of people don't know that. Go through your handbook or contact your human resource officer and ask, do they offer that? They can say either yes or no, but we can actually, you can use those funds in regarding that. Even this next one is your life insurance policy, term life insurance policy. A lot of, if you have a term life insurance policy and it's mature, got some money on it, hey, you can utilize that cash it in to help out with your down payment and or closing costs, your stocks and bonds. And then the final thing, and this is when Manesse and any other realtor that you come in contact with, they can offer or ask for seller concessions. So that $7,000, we're going to go back to this next screen and see right here, say $7,000 that you would need for closing costs. That $7,000 can potentially be paid for depending on the negotiation terms, depending on also too, depending on the program that you are qualified for. FHA can go up to 6% seller concession, conventional 3% seller concession, VA 4% seller concession. So I do believe that $7,000 will be taken care of if you are qualified, or if the negotiation of the seller concession, at least up to that 3%, can get taken care of for you. And the final bullet point that she wanted me to speak about is understanding the NACA program. So the NACA program has been established for quite some time now. It's been around and it's a very good product, a very good program. You have your pros and cons. I'm very truthful, very transparent about it. Yes, no down payment. Yes, no PMI. What is PMI? Private mortgage insurance. Private mortgage insurance protects the lender. Going back to the conventional and FHA, conventional, if you put down 20%, you do not have private mortgage insurance. But if you put out 20%, up to that 20%, you will carry that private mortgage insurance. FHA is standard. Unless you up to 10 years or 11 years, it does fall off at that particular time. But with this, going back to the NACA program, it does not offer, or you will not be penalized with any private mortgage insurance. Below market interest rates. So currently right now, what that means, round about 6.25 is where we at, depending on, it fluctuate. So normally it's about 2 points or less of the current market rate. So yeah, it's about 2 points or less. That means that gives you more buying power as far as how much house you can qualify for. So just keep that in mind. This is a good product. This is a good program for you. Also with them, the NACA program, home buying counseling is required. That's where most down payment assistance, so there's no way around it. You're going to have to do that. Strong budgeting and qualification process. Strong wood meaning that they will streamline you from front to bottom of everything. They will go through, make sure that you ain't spending too much at McDonald's or whatever the case may be, but they will put you on a very strict budget in order to qualify. Normally it takes about a year. Maybe I have heard stories up to 5 years, but it normally takes about a year. But again, start with the mindset. If you are wanting this particular program, you can get through it within that 1 year. The only con that I foresee, it is a longevity process. That's it. It's long. It's a long process. It's very tedious. So you have to have that mindset first before you go into it. I'm just going to put that out there. You have some resources here. I put some resources to NACA. You can go to directly to their website. Also, the Lending Tree. Why I have that on there? It actually walks you through the steps of the process itself, very detailed. And then the third bullet point is, if you don't want to read, you go to this YouTube here, and it will actually tell you more about the NACA program, and also give you a testimony of a young man that went through this program, and he's now a homeowner himself. So I'm wrapping it up. That is for me. So don't sleep on real estate home ownership. Ownership is the key. Ownership builds equity. My name again is Angela Campbell Harrison. I am known as the Equity Builder. Pillow Mortgage Company is where you can find me at. My phone number is area code 813-230-6393. You can actually scan this code, go directly into our website if you want any other additional information. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You are welcome.
A lot of good information, and I love it.
Thank
This is my
you.
first time actually hearing about the NACA program. I've heard some other people mention it before, and so that was very interesting to kind of see what the actual breakdown was for that. Thank you so much.
Wow. Yes.
It is.
Thank you as well.
And so I'm gonna go.
Oh, you're welcome. Hi, Rodney. You're
Hello.
welcome.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
We're going to have a Q&A session at the end, but for right now, it says I'm sharing a window, so I want to make sure, yeah, we're looking at the right window. Okay, so I want to move into the last portion of the webinar for today, which is going to be the home buying process, how to buy a home, 10 steps to buying a home. My name is Manasseh DeLeon. A little bit about me, growing up, hard work and follow through were ingrained into my character, and it has served me well in life. As a real estate professional, I pride myself on my reputation for being personable and professional. This is my son. His name is Tafari. He is 4 years old. He doesn't really like Paw Patrol so much as he likes Sonic the Hedgehog and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Nevertheless, my job in life is to make sure that he is well-rounded, to build him up with experiences that are going to prepare him for the real world. And this is the reason that I do everything that I do in my real estate career. As we saw at the beginning, I'm knowledgeable about the real estate industry. I continuously study market trends and financing options and local development. I do a lot of the hard work up front to help you make an informed decision. My goal is to give you information so that you trust yourself in the decision that you're making. I believe in honest communication. I'm here to listen. I'm here to guide you and to keep you up to date with what is happening with your home buying process, with your home buying journey. My goal is to ensure that you feel confident and supported every step of the way. And I'm dedicated. My dedication means that I'm going to call you when I say I'm going to call you. I'm going to show up when I say that I'm going to show up, and you can trust that I'm not going to leave you hanging. My goal is to be your real estate advocate that goes the extra mile to make sure that your experience is as smooth and rewarding as possible. Now for the good stuff. Before we get into the home buying process and the steps of the home buying process, I want to introduce a couple key players that make the process possible. The first is going to be a credit specialist. They provide credit counseling, debt management to assist with credit repair. Before you can get to Miss Angela, before you can get to a mortgage lender, she'd let us know that the minimum credit score is usually around a 580, sometimes a little bit less, and the credit specialist can help you get there. Just like Miss Angela, a mortgage lender is going to provide the funds. They're going to qualify you and provide the funds for you to be able to purchase the home. They take into consideration your credit score, your debt to income ratio, and other factors to be able to issue you that golden ticket, that pre-approval. Another individual is going to be the title agent. They work with the title company, and their job is to verify that the property being sold is the person who owns that property has the right to sell that property to you. The title company also has a dual function where they're going to hold your escrow money. That's going to be the good faith deposit, the earnest money deposit. Think about it as your security deposit. They're the intermediary between the buyer and the seller. So when you put that security deposit down, the seller doesn't hold that money. Your real estate agent doesn't hold that money. The title company is going to be the entity that holds the funds until closing. Then we're going to move over to the home inspector. The home inspector is going to assess the condition of the home. Any results that come back in the home inspection, we can use for negotiating. Additionally, once you get the home inspection, you can move on to trade companies. This is going to be roofers, plumbers, electricians, the people that are going to be able to either do the repairs or for you to like beautify or update your house. The trade companies would be necessary. Then your home insurance agent. Insurance is usually often required by the lender in order to protect the asset. The homeowner's insurance protects you in case of loss or if the home is damaged in any capacity. And so sellers are your counterpart. They're the yin to your yang. What you need to understand about sellers is that the most important thing to them is the bottom line. And when we're negotiating offers, they're thinking about their bottom line and whether or not your offer is going to suffice for what they're trying to do. And that's what we're going to be looking for. And of course, me, your realtor, I orchestrate all of these moving parts. I'm responsible for facilitating communication between all of these, and I'm going to be the one drafting and negotiating the contracts on your behalf. Here are the steps to actually buying a home. First step, assess your readiness. Take a look at your finances, your credit scores, and your savings, and determine what type of budget it is that you have, what location you're looking for, and what things you're looking for in a house. Step 2, get approved for a mortgage. It doesn't make sense. It's nice to look at homes, but it doesn't make sense to look at homes if you don't have a clear understanding of how much home you're qualified to buy and how much home the bank is going to be willing to lend you. Once you have your pre-approval, this is everybody's favorite part, house hunting. We're going to tour homes in the areas that you're looking for that meet the criteria that we've already had our consultation for, and we have a good idea of what you're looking for. Once we find that right home, we're going to make an offer. The offer is typically going to include contingencies such as an inspection contingencies, appraisal contingencies, and my job is to help you negotiate the price and terms. Once we're able to negotiate our price and terms, everyone's happy with the amount of money that's being paid and how it's being paid, we're going to enter escrow. The transaction enters escrow. The neutral third party, the title company, most times is going to hold the deposit and it's going to help us process it until closing. During this period, our job is to complete our due diligence. Our due diligence is going to look something like this. A title search. The title search is to ensure that the individuals selling the home are the rightful owners and they have the right to sell the property to you. You want to make sure that there's no scam, there's no fraud. And when you send the money over to the title company on closing day, you're going to be the actual owner for that property. Title searches oftentimes will also include a municipal lien search. We don't want there to be a power bill or a water bill that gets transferred with the sale. So we want to include the municipal lien search. We're also going to get a home inspection. We're going to hire a professional and licensed home inspector to assess the property's condition. The home inspection is not the end all be all. Most times home inspections are going to be non-invasive and they're not allowed to, they're usually doing like a visual inspection. It's not like they're going into the AC unit and really opening it up and looking at it and taking the parts apart. That's what the trade companies are for. The home inspection is to give you a broad overview of the condition of the property. And then you're also going to finalize your loan. There are 2 steps. There are 2 points in the home buying process when we're going to be looking at your finances. It's going to be at the very beginning where they're going to make sure that you're qualified for the home loan that they're going to give you. And then at the end, they're also going to take a look at your financial positioning at that time to make sure that you're still qualified to purchase that home. In the in-between time, it's not a good time to open up any credit cards, buy any major purchases. That's going to drastically change your financial picture. Then we have the final walkthrough just before closing, either the day before or the morning of. We're going to do a final walkthrough of the property to make sure that it is in the agreed upon condition and that any repairs that we've requested have been completed. Then on closing day, you're going to wire the funds to the title company. Sometimes some title companies will let you wire the funds like the day before, but on closing day, you're going to sign the paperwork. And at that point, you're going to get your keys and you're going to be a homeowner. Pretty fast, pretty quick steps to purchasing a home. I didn't want to make it overly complicated. When it comes down to finding your dream home, we're going to sit down and have a consultation. We're going to talk about what your goals are as a homeowner, what type of property it is that you're looking for, and you're going to let me know what the requirements are for the location, for the size, for the price, and any amenities that you're really looking for. If you've been looking for homes recently on Zillow, Realtor.com, or any one of those platforms, what you're going to notice is that oftentimes they're showing you the same homes. And once you like a home, you don't really know what to do next to like actually go and see that house. You can click on a button and put in your information and someone might call you, but is that how it's really supposed to be set up? And so I always advise people to download my personalized one home search app. It's going to be a no nonsense way for you to find homes that are in your area. You can chat directly with me in the app and you can request a showing straight from the app as opposed to going through a third party or being routed to something completely different. These slides, I have them available in a slide deck, so you will be able to get the information that we reviewed here following the presentation. Right now, I would like to open the floor for any questions. It's a Q&A session, so we're right at 10 minutes to 11. And so I would like to open up the floor for any Q&As that we have at the moment, either for Angela or for myself would work out perfectly. Here. Perfect.
No, I don't have any questions. I mean, y'all are giving very good information. I'm just kind of take it all in at this point, but you're giving great information for me.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I also have one of my my phone here. And so we're live on TikTok and we're also live on Facebook. So I'm just going to make sure that we see if we have any questions in the chat here. But it's Saturday morning. We've done a great job so far. Hopefully that I didn't breeze through that home buying process too quickly. I did want to make it as simple as possible and very digestible because sometimes it can just feel so overwhelming, all the different steps and putting them in the right order. But I'm always available for a one-on-one to break them down for you again so that you can kind of understand. I don't see any questions here in the chat, or maybe I just don't know how to find them, but send me a message. Send me a call me. It's always the best way to get in contact with me is to call. And that's just because like, that's just the easiest way to get in contact with me. It takes so much longer for me to be able to do and respond to anything else. And so Miss Angela, do you have anything else for us here today?
No, I do not. Rodney, if you think of anything, I'm here. Just like Melissa said, give me a call, reach out. I can actually put you on those right steps to become a successful homeowner.
Perfect.
Okay, thank y'all both for the information and your time, and I'll definitely be in touch.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Like well, right. Everybody, enjoy the rest of your Saturday.
Thank you so much.
See you soon.
All right.
Take care. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.